Next on the agenda is short-term rental host residency hearing. The host is Sarah Hushel.
That's a good question, and I was actually going to ask her. How do you pronounce your last name?
Hushley. Thank you.
Hushley. Thank you. So I just want to start before we get into it. I just want to clarify the difference. This is a pending application. So there is, I don't know if their current registration is still active. We accept applications 30 days before a registration will expire. But this is a pending application, not an already issued short-term rental registration. So the request is the same as the previous two items on the agenda. It's a residency hearing where we just want to clarify the host of records residency's claim. Next slide, please, Rachel. Okay. The Office of Planning had issued, oh, sorry, this is not the correct, that is not a correct line. I apologize. Okay. Sorry. We had received an application on November 10th of 2023, and it sounds like that is the right date, but I neglected to change out the registration number for the application number. So that line should read, the Office of Planning received a short-term rental registration application on November 10th of 2023, and I apologize for the mistake. The application identifies Sarah, and now I'm nervous and I'm scared I'm going to say it wrong. The applicant as the host.
Hushley, yes.
Hushley, yes. And as part of the application, she turned in the documents that would be required, including Kentucky issued driver's license, voter registration, and vehicle registration. As there is no approved conditional use permit on file, so the only way a short-term rental registration application can be approved is by satisfying the primary residency requirement. Following a review of the application, we determined that this residency hearing would be necessary just to clarify a couple of questionable circumstances that revolve around the property. Next slide. This is our definition of primary residency. For the final time today, it is most importantly where you spend the majority of your time, and then secondary where you would have your identifications addressed to. Next slide, please. So the applicant had applied for a conditional use permit pre-application to conduct a short-term rental without a residency requirement back in July of 2019. That's just to state that at one time, the intention may have been to not live there. And then in an email that was dated November 12th of this year, it was stated that part of the winter is spent for her in Arizona, which is just something else that we'll have to seek clarification on. The Airbnb listing do show rentals as somewhat widely available and unshared with the host. As we've stated, this can be a little difficult to do unless you're sharing the dwelling. And then the decision to initiate this hearing is just to allow the applicant to explain her residency under oath. So the questions would be the standard questions we would ask of all the hosts: time at the property, where do you go when it's rented, notice that you're provided, and then the frequency in which the dwelling is rented short term, and if there are any blackout dates. And last slide, please, Rachel. And then the board will be able to accept or reject the applicant's statement of primary residency. If the board determines the host residency does meet section 1.2.2, the registration application can be reviewed and it would be approved by our office. If the board determines the host residency does not meet section 1.2.2, the registration application can be denied. Thank you.
Questions for Jude? Thank you, Jude.
Yes, and I want to, again, apologize to the applicant. Just kind of froze up and didn't want to butcher the last name.
Okay. All right. I have a speaker card for Ms. Hushley. Raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give today is the truth?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Sarah Hushley, 1122 Sylvia Street, Louisville, Kentucky, 40217.
Please proceed.
Yes. So we bought the home back in 2015, moved here due to the military. My partner at that time was within a year and a half transitioned to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. We purchased a home there, had that home remodeled. I stayed here in Louisville during that time while it was being remodeled because I work from home. I've been working remotely. In 2017, I moved to Missouri, and then there was a shift in my personal relationship. I moved back in the fall of 2019. So that pre-application happened kind of before that shift in my personal relationship, considering not being a resident of Louisville anymore. There's that shift, moved back in 2019. Continued to work hard on establishing my current lifestyle, which is simplicity and flexibility. So I can give time to my family members who are scattered across the country. Like I said, I can pick up and work wherever I go as long as I have a computer and a Wi-Fi signal. So I do spend a fair amount of time here in Louisville, but it is balanced with a fair amount of travel. And that's why when my application, and it's not a new application, it was a renewal for my short-term rental license. And that came up when I was in Arizona with family. And so that's why the return address on the envelope was for Arizona.
Members, any questions for Ms. Hushley?
I just have a few questions. So you
Yes.
bought the house, just to clarify, really, bought the house in 2015,
Correct.
and then in 2017, you moved to Missouri,
Correct.
and then you moved back in 2019.
Yes.
So between 2017 and 2019, what was going on at the house?
We did do a short-term rental during that time.
Like less than 30 days, or was it like a 6-month lease?
No, it was
or-
usually less than 30 days. Yeah. Because I was still sometimes spending time back here, but mostly was in Missouri during that time frame.
Okay. So moved back in 2019. That's when you applied for the conditional use.
Well,
permit?
I should step that back. I applied for the conditional use pre-application prior to moving back in
Right.
2019. So that was the summer of 2019, shift in relationship, moved back the fall of 2019.
Okay. And since 2019, oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Since 2019, you've been kind of doing this simplicity and
Yes, flexibility.
flexibility. I like
Yes.
that. Like that a lot. For the last 4 years, 3.5, 4 years. And you've been renting it as a short-term rental
Correct.
while you're not here since then. So basically, since 2017, it's kind of been like kind of off and on.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
But as a short-term rental from 19 to November the 10th, 2023, did you renew your registration every
Yes,
year?
I kept
You did.
I kept my registration renewed every
Okay, and
every
so
year.
then on November the 10th, this was a renewal application.
Correct.
Okay.
So, I hear you had stated that, I'm assuming that's November of, 22 through October 23, that you had rented it out for 173 nights
Yeah, that was for a year.
for a year.
Yes.
And, the other 192 days you kind of was
So
there,
I-
not there.
So I was there for, like I said, a period of time. I also have family in the area. So if something like, I know one of the questions was, blackout dates. So I have family in the area. So if I'm there and we get a booking, it's very easy for me to just head out and stay with family. But I also have planned trips. Like I spent 3.5, 4 weeks up in northern Minnesota house sitting for my folks while they traveled to Tanzania. So I'm able to gift them my time and presence because of the way I've situated my life.
Okay, thank you.
Members, any other questions for Ms. Hushley? I don't believe there are any at this time. Thank you. I don't have any other speaker cards related to this case, so we'll close the public hearing and move into deliberations. Members, any discussion? Yeah, she's there 173 nights over the past year. Right, okay, yeah.
Now I gotta see here. Do we need to discuss anything, Madam?
I don't believe so.
Well, I'll take a stab so we can keep moving.
All right.
Regarding LIC STA 23-01546, with a request of the short-term rental host residency for Sarah Huxley, 1122 Sylvia Street. I move that the board determine the host residency meets section 1.2.2 for the registration application to be approved. And I base this on, wait a minute, that she gave evidence that she rented it out 173 nights from November through October from November 22 through October of 2023, which left 192 days where she was living in the home, and she lives there. She also has only one dwelling unit, and therefore it is her primary residence. And what else do I want to say? What else do I need to say? Come on, Lula. Come on, Lula.
That all the documents were provided.
And yes, all the documents were provided that she provided shows that she lives at 1122 Sylvia Street.
Yes.
And that this particular registration is a renewal application.
Those are second.
Oh, I base it on the testimony and evidence that has been provided today.
Did you have a comment on the motion?
Just as a point of clarification, it's not a renewal because her previous one expired. In effect, it is a renewal, but technically it's a new application.
Okay.
You don't have to change your motion. I just want to make sure that's clear.
For the record,
Okay.
yeah.
There's no difference in how you review them. It's just we're not going to backdate it
Mhm.
to the date that our last one expired.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Second, Bozos.
All right. Been properly moved and seconded. The host does comply with section 1.2.2 of the Land Development Code based on the documentation we've been provided.
Yes.
We're ready for a vote.
Horton,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Leonhardt,
Yes.
Bozos,
Yes.
Bond.
Yes. Thank you. Ms. Hushley, if you have any questions, Mr. Mattingly will be available to assist. Thank you.